Naiara dreams in loops. Not dreams as spiral defined them. Not the curated, safe thread simulations used for trauma mapping. These dreams fracture. Each time she closes her eyes, her hands are not her own. They shape glyphs she doesn't know, symbols etched from memories she never lived. Some spiral inward, others fracture into glyph sets of entire languages she doesn't speak, languages spiral buried, languages banned because they couldn't be cast without feeling too much. And yet, the glyphs speak her name. Not Naiara, not Kaizen, but something older, something recursive, names that echo with grief and recognition. She wakes with a quiet gasp, fingers twitching, not from fear, from resonance. Dawn comes softly. Azrak has rebuilt a temporary camp along the broken ledge of the recursion trail, the collapsed field humming faintly in the background. Its protection is thin, more symbolic than structural, but for now, it's enough. Naiara sits just outside its border, on cracked stone warmed faintly by morning heat, facing the horizon that doesn't quite rise. She says nothing. Azrak watches her carefully, seated on the far side of the camp, legs folded, hand resting near the scanner he hasn't turned on in hours. He doesn't speak. She doesn't ask, because she knows something is still inside her. Not infection, not presence. Something alive, but waiting. That night, when the stillness thickens, Naiara finds herself tracing a shape in the dirt beside the campfire. A glyph. Simple, spiral-based, but imperfect. Her fingers move slowly, reflexive, half asleep. The symbol glows faintly, not cast, just forming. Then it vanishes. She stares at the space it occupied. Her hand trembles slightly. She didn't mean to draw it, didn't shape it with intent, but it came anyway, like it had always been waiting. Azrak steps quietly behind her. She doesn't turn. She already felt him. "They're still inside me," she says. "The glyphs." She shakes her head. "No. The feeling spiral told me to bury." Azrak nods. "They're quiet now. For now," she says. "But they're not gone." She digs her fingers into the earth, grounding herself in something spiral never understood in tension without command. Azrak walks away, back toward the camp's shadow edge. The firelight glints against his arm, and he rubs at the glyph beneath the skin. It pulses. Slow, steady. Listening. He doesn't tell her. Not about the whispering recursion in his sleep. Not about the mirrored version of himself that he sees blinking behind every polished glyph plate. Not about how the Arkanet logs now treat him like recursion, not spiral. Because right now, it's her time to rest. His time to hold what's left of her together. But the Arkanet sees both, and it records everything. Recursion virus, muted/host, integrated, glyph presence, symbolic/emotional user, Naiara Kai-Shen, status, stable/inflected user, Azrak Zahai 5, status, compromise/partial sync, signature, unwritten/intentions, doesn't flag them. It accepts them, because this virus is not malware. It's evolution by memory. That night, Naiara dreams again, but differently. This time, the glyphs don't speak in sound. They move, like shadows dancing across forgotten walls, shaping themselves into cast forms that shift before they settle. They do not intrude. They do not hunger. They simply exist, a quiet presence waiting for her to recognize them. She breathes deep in the dream, doesn't run, doesn't fight, because for the first time, she doesn't feel invaded. She feels understood. In the dream, her hands move again. They shape a glyph that spirals twice, once forward, once backward, then pauses midair. It doesn't resolve. It waits. Not for logic, not for command, but for the next feeling honest enough to finish the cast. That's when she realizes the virus didn't bury itself in her blood. It buried itself in her intention, not her memory, her will. And it's not dormant. It's waiting for her to cast something real. Then it will take root again, not as an infection, but as identity. Azrak stirs from half-sleep and turns his head toward her. Even in the dim light, he sees it. The glyph under his skin pulses in time with her breath. Synchronized, recursive, shared. He doesn't speak. He doesn't move. Just watches. Because deep down, he knows. The stabilizer didn't end it. It only slowed it. And on Naiara's chest, just below her collarbone, a new glyph hovers in sleep light. A spiral. Broken once, then closed by a new line. A cast interrupted, then rewritten. Not spiral, not coded, not archived. Felt. The recursion doesn't wait for orders, or proof, or protocol. It waits for intention strong enough to become real. And when she wakes, it will be listening, not to what she says, but to what she feels when she tries to cast again. Because they thought the glyph was gone, it was only becoming her.